I've often said wide receivers, be very careful. They break the huddle first. They're kind of their own guys. They've got big egos, so I think it's only fitting we bring in a star, former Super Bowl champion wide receiver to talk about Antonio Brown, Greg Jennings. Now, by receiver standards, you were not difficult. You were not a holdout guy. You were very mature. So there's some of this. There's some of this that's not relatable to you. But like Antonio Brown, you went to a smaller school. You used the chip on your shoulder the way Brady does. It worked in your favor. You know, a lot of guys in this league, half the league is undrafted. You use the chip to motivate you. Antonio Brown's used the chip to sometimes separate himself from others. That's how I view it. I think Antonio Brown, this weekend, I went and looked up his history, his college. I think you could spot it really early. In fact, I called one of my best friends in the NFL who's friends with Mike Tomlin. And Mike Tomlin told my friend this weekend, we know my friend, by the way, he goes, you have no idea how well we hid stuff. He goes, you heard about it in week 14. We were dealing with this the last 2 years with AB. That's what Tomlin told my friend. Like it's a lot of work. And Mike, by the way, very pro player, like Pete Carroll. He likes guys to get gassed up. So when you look at this Antonio Brown situation,
I'm on his side when it comes to fighting it to a certain extent. And this is why, because I've gone through this. I've had to change my helmet.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal. It is a big deal. Anytime you change what has been the norm, you're going to put up some type of resistance. We just don't hear it going on like this, to where guys try to come at the league the way Antonio Brown is and handle it in his way, in his manner. But everyone, I don't care who it's been, that's had to change their helmet, no one has just said, okay, I'll change it. No, it's a big deal, because you've been wearing the same helmet or same piece of equipment for so long, it becomes a part of you.
But a pilot has to every year go into the cockpit and they change equipment. My dentist now uses a laser to clean my teeth. It's awesome. We live in a world where the NFL is consumed almost with safety regulations. So the NFL is just, by the way, Brady said yesterday, he goes, I don't like my new helmet either, but what am I going to do about it? I'm not disputing that. I remember when they took typewriters out of my office when I first started and gave me a computer, and I grumbled for 2 weeks. I'm not disputing that it creates discomfort. But do you go public? Do you file a grievance? Do you not show up to camp? I mean, that to me is beyond. Now you're disruptive.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you feel strongly about it. And I think for Antonio Brown, he obviously feels very strongly about, I don't want to part ways with my old helmet. And I can get that, because I had a Rydell helmet that I felt like I could visibly see any and everything. It was open. I got hit in probably my nose and my face several times because I was just so exposed. But there came a time where that helmet grew to be extinct, where it was outdated and it wasn't as safe. And just like a vehicle sitting in a car, like no Tesla or no 2019 vehicle is going to put in a seatbelt from 1966. It's just not going to happen. Once you've advanced the safety precautions, you're going to stick with that theme and moving forward. And it's no different with the helmets. But there are some people who will go back and love that 1966 vehicle and will put that seatbelt on because that's what comes with that vehicle. And they're set in their ways. This is what we're seeing with Antonio Brown, not wanting to part ways with what has been his constant and his norm. It has absolutely nothing to do with him trying to go against what the NFL is doing. It's just a part of what he's done all of his career. The equipment he's used all of this career. And this is what people don't understand. Like, this isn't like he hasn't been wearing this helmet and all of a sudden it's not protecting him. It's just that other helmets have proven to perform better, and so this is on the lower echelon of performing helmets, so they're banning it now. It's the same difference, same thing that happened with my helmet. it wasn't that the helmet wasn't going to protect me. It just wasn't going to protect me as well as the new helmets that had come out.
All right, we'll take a break. Helmet talk. I'm going to ask you about Dak. I'm going to ask you about the contract, how players look at money. Aaron Rodgers says we're all fake news, which we're not, of course, because he brought all the stuff up. Then we responded to it. Now today he says we're all fake. That's coming up. Greg Jennings, Super Bowl, Pro Bowler, coming up next. The Herd.